to abandon their cars. Look at that traffic jam down there. Yeah. They're going to try to get through. They can't look. They're stuck. If this fire comes over here, the emergency vehicle, the park rangers are stuck because we're not that.
Yeah, I'm gonna let me find which browser I'm on here. Yeah, I'm gonna open up a few tabs, Lyndon, just keep it going, just to keep tabs on it, and I'm just gonna let him run, and I'll switch around, try to find what's got the most information. But yeah, it's not looking too good. It's kind of strange that it would turn around and go back. Usually, that stuff blows its off the coast inland, and it's coming. Pacific Palisades last night is northwest of where it's at now, so it kind of crept to the south and then back to the east. It's weird. Okay, Cal. Yeah, I was over there. I'm opening up a few browsers. I opened up KTLA. They're not doing anything right at the moment. I'll do that. I'll get KCal and see who's given the most information. This looks like they're live. Is it CBS? Should have let me present more than one screen. I'm gonna have to shut the chat down here and open this other browser. Let's see. Let's go. Live. Lay down. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, I know that just electricity was an issue last night, uh, in and out, and then today, and of course, he's at work. He doesn't have to worry about it. Let's see if I can find. Let's see what they're doing over here on KCal.
See what's going to be happening over the next couple of days, because this is going to be a long stretch. We are not out of the woods. Of course, in Hollywood Hills, in Runyon, in Nichols, we are just getting started as we move into the 1:30 hour, 2 o'clock hour. Take a look right here. As we move into Thursday afternoon, we're still looking at quite a bit of wind in the higher elevations. Now, it's Thursday overnight into Friday that we started to get particularly concerned about, but it does look like this particular forecast model is showing us much calmer conditions by Friday night, but it's only Wednesday. So we do have a few days to go. I'm going to rewind this a little bit. I do want to get back to where we are tonight, because of course, all eyes on tonight. We're going to start at midnight. Few hours to go before then, but certainly all of these fires will continue to burn well into tonight, well into tomorrow, and really well into the days to come for some of us. And you will see, again, just to replay that for you, the purple areas on your screen indicative of 50 miles.
I'll go back to this other one.
They're dropping water. I can feel the water falling on me again.
They're Runyon Canyon. Good Lord. Holy shit. Yeah, that's in Runyon Canyon, man. That's not good. I wonder which entrance that is.
Off this hill, out of these apartments, both sides, 2 blocks down, Sunset Boulevard.
Move a little closer, pick up that conversation. Since he's standing still there for a minute. Check this out. So I'll pop this up there. That's let me shut this video off so I don't have to hear it in the background. So he just walked by the gate that said, now Runyon Canyon's really big. I mean, it's a huge park. But they were talking about the Hollywood Hills, and if you see here, my guess is they're probably right here in this area somewhere filming back into the Hollywood Hills. But just to give you an idea how close that is, there. God damn it! Where did that come from? Give you an idea how close it is. There's Hollywood Heights, which is going to be down the foothills, and then there's the Walk of Fame. There's the Chinese Theater. I mean, yeah. And so when you back out, those fires last night were earlier today. Here's Pacific Palisades right here. So they were up here in the Topanga area today, and they've moved this back this direction. That's just crazy. That's crazy, dude. I'll leave this running that way if somebody wants to flip over and watch it or chit chat. Okay. There's DP right there. Hang on a second. Let me talk to him. Oh, alrighty. Yeah, he's okay. No, I mean, it's not as good as you. I mean, he's okay. It's as good as you could be under the circumstances. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to the live coverage. I just wanted to give a perspective there. There's really not anybody here to see it, but it answers questions for me. Wow. So that means that it went down. So it would have had to taken out. Excuse me. There's the Wilderness Park. Oh wow. Yeah. So I wonder if it got down around Studio City today. I doubt it. Probably stayed up here in the hills here above the canyon. There's Laurel Canyon, the infamous Laurel Canyon, Hollywood Hills West. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go back to the stop screen. Go back to this. Where is he? Where did you go to, man?
Winds are shifting west. I'm gonna leave here. I'm gonna go west in a second. And look, road's still backed up.
Hey, we're still working our way up where we were supposed to input. We're hitting the water on Astral, making our way to Solar. Just want to make sure I'm going the right direction to capture Zulu.
Yeah, Battalion 14 from Branch 1. The messages that I'm getting right now is this is probably not the best way to get it.
Oh.
Initially it was, now it's not, as it's burned mostly down the hill. I can't see the Zulu flank, so I'm not sure about that. It might be something that we want to pick up from the bottom as well. So just stand
I
by
have
for
some
1 second.
information for you. I have information. I have a
Oh my God.
I have a spot forecast from the National Weather Service about where the spotting is in the wind. They say winds are shifting to more northerly direction tonight.
Rescue 94 just for respiration, 2137 South Dunsmere Avenue.
Well, it's not. They say rest of tonight, north winds from the north. Winds from the north. And then tomorrow, winds from the north. So the winds will be blowing from, the winds are and will be blowing from north to south tonight and tomorrow, they say. So that's going to push the fire down like to the south.
Yeah, Ops and Structure Defense Group 2 recommending evacuation orders to the bottom of right.
Fucking Einstein.
North
Recommending.
of Franklin, east of Vista.
How's that work again? If they're from the
And
north,
west
that
of
means they're going to
Florida.
blow south?
Repeat that one more time.
Hold on. They want a new evacuation.
Order north of Franklin,
Yeah.
east of Vista Street, west of Fuller Avenue.
Isn't it already evacuated?
Direct copy. North of Franklin, west of Vista, east of Vista, and west of Fuller.
Copy that. That's an evacuation order.
What was the southern border of what was evacuated already?
Traffic control up here. We're getting bottlenecked with rigs and civilians.
The southern border of what was evacuated so far was.
What would be a good location? I'll send LAPD and DOC that way.
I thought that was already under evacuation, what she just said.
Can you identify where Zulu is?
Hollywood Boulevard is the southern border of the mandatory evacuation.
Of that description, can you please try to call that?
She said Franklin.
I don't know if it like helped. I feel like it did. Look, it's giving up everything now.
I am soaking wet.
This tree's gonna catch fire. I don't know my arms right now.
Yeah, I really didn't have anything to say. I just was going to go back to this diving because there was a KTLA was on a house that was on fire, and then they broke in for a press conference. That's what that's all about. Everybody's just this guy's right
This tree's gonna catch fire.
at the entrance of Runyon Canyon. Looks like.
This building that's getting work, gonna get some ambulance, and it's gonna be another fire, bro.
Oh, so Chile went up to the Palisades after the destruction. Put that in there. What? Let's see.
Look at the base.
The browser.
Good job.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, Linda. KTLA was on it for a minute, and then they went to a press conference. Oh.
I am soaking wet because I got hit with the water. Oh man!
Now we're watching the fires that are hitting Hollywood, LA area, Raven. We have a live reporter on scene, but
Bro, look at my location.
Chile doesn't want to give up his footage. LA.
To see if it gets extended or destruction that we do.
There's a house fire.
This is actually closer to Hillside and Vista Street, not just north of Franklin.
Okay, yeah, so thank goodness it looks like it might be out because that could have been just a whole nother level of destruction that we just cannot, so how much can we take? It's just, it's been such an emotional time for all of Los Angeles, watching every single neighborhood of the people that they know losing their homes and, but the most important thing, as we've been saying, is really to not lose your life and to heed the warnings and to heed the
Raven is California.
Come your way and to
they're
pack up your
pretty
things
accustomed to having the fires up in the
get out of
hills.
harm's
But
way.
this
It's
is
the most important thing right now.
last night it wiped out.
How do we get through this?
Pacific
We get through this
Palisades,
together,
and then now it's
and we
moved
will.
back
It'll
toward
take time.
Hollywood.
But as LAPD Chief McDonald said, we will be an example of resilience. I just want to mention this.
It's been
an
going for a
important
couple
piece of
days. It looks
information.
like it's probably going to go for a couple more.
If you are looking for support or mental health resources,
This is bad, though.
there
This
is a
is the
line
worst I've
available
ever
for you
seen.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That number is 800 800-854-7771. Again, 800-854.
I remember Thousand Oaks area got
for
one year
24/7
a long
support
time
and
ago.
mental health resources.
But I've
Just
never,
know wherever
I've never
you may
seen
be,
it in
that you're
these
not alone.
areas.
And again, we will get through this together, and know that there are resources there for you if you need anything at all. Just someone to talk to. There's
The problem, Raven, is the winds. The winds were they reported 80 to 100 mile an hour winds in Hollywood last night, and or in that area or down in the valley anyway. But they the problem is the Santa Ana winds. They're used to the fires. They're just not used to them. These embers, last night we were watching these embers fly around. They would land in the top of a palm tree and start the tree on fire from the top, and then it's really hard for them to control the fire when it can jump like that. That's what this video here, I think, is a video of an ember that's just starting up and catches this house on fire. If I've got the right video here, this was about 30 minutes ago.
a number you can call. Again, 800-854-7771.
Yeah, it gets in this
we'll
house.
repeat throughout the night here. That is an often overlooked element in all of this, and a very important thing to point out that is available.
Certainly, and for the kids too. They're going through this as well. They have lost, their schools, their homes, and it's very difficult for them to process.
Yeah, I guess you could call it forest fire. The problem with California is, well, a lot of states, they don't allow, it used to be when this country was homesteaded, they learned how to burn the ground off. Every few years, they would pick a certain time of year and they would intentionally light fire to burn all the undergrowth out so that it wasn't as much of a fire hazard. And yeah, apocalypse now. But then the government comes along. They say, no, you can't do that. We'll manage forest management and all that shit. Well, they don't. And you get all that brittle, dry underbrush. And, I remember when I was out in California in the 70s, when people were still openly smoking cigarettes, you did not smoke a cigarette outside. You didn't throw a cigarette outside. Well, now I think cigarettes are totally illegal in California. I'm not sure, but I don't think you can hardly smoke one anywhere. But that, like I said, they're kind of accustomed. I don't know if you ever get accustomed to the fires. It's something they've dealt with for generations out in California. It's just this is last night we watched a little restaurant that had been in Pacific Palisades for decades, and it was so obscure. I mean, it was not like it was out in the country. It was in the middle of the old part of Pacific Palisades, and it just went up in flames because an ember landed on it.
Exactly what's happening.
House catching on fire.
Unfortunately, when you see that firsthand, it is just heartbreaking. Just before we go to the Eaton fire and Mary Beth, I want to mention the Runyon Canyon for this fire, the Sunset Fire, where residents can go if they need to go to an evacuation center. That's going to be at Pan Pacific Recreation Center at 7600 Beverly Boulevard. If you know Pan Pacific Park, it's by the Grove. You can go there, and they have a large recreation center in the middle of the park there where you can go and get some shelter for the night until you figure out what's next. So
another point to add to that, the Hollywood High School is also set up as an evacuation center, and that word coming from LA City Fire. So there's a place to be if you need a place to be as it relates to the Sunset Fire tonight, obviously, and beyond.
Yeah, good.
All right, we go to Eaton Canyon. This is the Altadena area. This fire burning in Eaton Canyon and spreading down into Altadena. Mary Beth McDade is there for us tonight. Obviously, a big problem still tonight as we see a home burning behind you, Mary Beth.
Yeah, it sure is, Mike and Sherry. You know, the winds, they flare up, die down, flare up, but they're always just enough that they keep sending those embers raining down upon the surrounding community. And yep, here's another home that's going up. More embers coming down as we speak. No doubt any homes that are standing are now in jeopardy of catching fire. Lots of trees up here in this Altadena community at the foothills of the mountains here. And so lots of trees to catch fire. And then in turn, the homes catch fire. A lot of these homes, they're old homes. They have a lot of eaves that these that these embers can get into. And then, of course, as we know, that sparks a fire. So this is just one of the 1,000 structures up here that have now been destroyed. It's just absolutely devastating. And, we're right around the corner. If we can take that video of the school, the Elliott Arts Magnet Middle School, a historic school here. It's over on Lake. And it was founded in 1931 and named after Charles Eliot. Now, Charles Eliot, he was the longest serving president of Harvard University. Many films and TV shows have been filmed there. And so it was just so upsetting to see that school catch on fire. We actually spoke to this woman who was grown up here. She went to middle school there, and then she went on to become a preschool teacher here in the community. And she went over to check on the preschool. It's each other. They all know each other. They're hugging, they're waving, they're crying. Some people I would talk to them and I try to talk them on the camera, and they're just like, I'm so sorry, ma'am, but we don't want to be crying on camera. And you feel for them. You just, you give them a big hug and you say some prayers for them, guys. I wish there was more we could do. I mean, this is just truly heartbreaking.
It really is. And it's just an ominous, picture that we're looking at right now, because we see what's happening is that these are embers that are blowing up into the air. And some of these embers, at least last night, were going miles. And, it's no different tonight. We still have some substantial wind gusts that could bring them 1 mile, 2 miles, and continue this fire. And you look at that and you see those embers, and it, like I said last night, like a Roman candle, blowing up into the air. But gosh, it's just the devastation that this is causing is heartbreaking. And already 5 people have died in this area. That was the update that we got from officials today, that 5 people have died, and some 10,000 acres.
Hey, Mike and Jerry, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's not Chili Stream. This is FTLA, or it's one of the news stations out in LA. Dick Bag Patrol was saying that Chili went up to Pacific Palisades today and did a live stream. I was joking about, we had a reporter on the scene, but he wouldn't give up his footage. And DP's out there somewhere right in the middle of this, someplace. So.
Yeah, and I'm just, there are 70,000 people that are being impacted by this fire that are either under mandatory evacuations or evacuation warnings. And, believe it or not, today when we were over by the school earlier doing live shots there, Governor Gavin Newsom and his entourage actually came by. They popped out for a minute.
Oh, I'm sure that helped.
To try to talk to him, but I don't know. They all hopped in their cars and zoomed away from us. But we did see the governor in this.
You might have had a question
about checking things out, and as you mentioned, it's so heartbreaking. 5 people that have already died because of this tragic fire.
Yeah, we're just watching.
Just, words of warning as I'm listening to you guys talk about that Sunset fire that's breaking out, and I saw there was that home, the deck, it looked like it caught on fire, and boy, oh boy, it's just when you hear those mandatory evacuations, my phone's gone off 3 times about those evacuation warnings, and you gotta just get out and go. No, you cannot stay. It's your life you're talking about.
Yeah, that is for sure.
Wow, look at this home, you guys. This is just unbelievable to watch.
Yeah, Eaton Canyon Nature Center is also gone,
and they don't know the cause.
They don't know the cause. Yeah, well, and that's not a surprise.
I'm gonna go back over to film the police. Looks like he's moving again. Last time we checked with him, he was.
Listen up, guys. I'm probably gonna get off for 5 minutes. Come back on. Those guys go down to the field and then they're coming back.
Yeah, he was near Hollywood Heights the last time we checked. Okay, so he's going off air. Let's see who's got something going on. Let's see. That line. What's he up to? No, he's just sitting drawing circles. No. The KCAL is talking about the winds. Oh, here they are. They're back out on.
Positive to take away is the fact that the winds have died down. There were moments earlier in the afternoon where we felt significant gusts walloping through. That has significantly died down at the moment. Obviously, the smoke is still lingering. You got to watch out for that and be careful. Again, it's hard to say that that's a solace you have to take in, seeing the amount of devastation we've noted from families across this area and so many people we've talked to this evening. But if there's anything toward a step of progress, that is one right now. So we're noting that here in Altadena, and that it's died down, but crews are stretched thin. We've seen them sort of bounce around here or there for structure fires just like this, because right now they're just cropping up seemingly everywhere. And just a few hours ago when it was daylight and you could see a lot more, it was just a ravine of smoke everywhere you could go. And that traces back all the way to the early morning hours, from Joy Benedict to Rachel Kim to Jasmine Beal, now to us out here. It's just been nonstop all the way through, Juan. And it's something, certainly, as we see another fire crew here from the city of Pasadena make their way here through traffic, it's just going to keep going and going, because we know now with all these fires, resources are stretched thin a lot right now. Juan?
That has to be a relief, Gio, to see those fire crews in the neighborhoods, even if residents have already evacuated, just to see those fire crews there, hopefully avoiding this fire to continue spreading. That definitely is great news. But as you said, from day to night, it's a whole different story. It's just hard to see. It's just a lot more stressful, I think, at night. And I appreciate your report. Thanks, Gio. All right, let's go to next weather now. Our Danny Roberti is tracking these very violent winds. Danny, we have a bit of a break, I understand.
Yes, we do.
Later in the week, they might ramp up again. What's going on?
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about the timing of all this. And I know for so many folks at home, this has been such a heartbreaking 24 hours. So we want to walk you through what's happening right now. Our hearts, our prayers are with you right now. The good news is that we saw the peak of the winds last night. I mean, I know we are in the midst of this firefight, and we really need a solid break from these winds. But if you remember last night at this time, we were seeing gusts between 40 to 80 miles per hour, and it was widespread across Southern California. We are seeing those winds gradually die down, especially in areas like the San Gabriel Valley, where Gio is right now. So winds are dying down there. We're not dealing with those mountain waves that we had last night, but we're not out of the woods. It's still breezy in some areas, and we are still dealing with high wind warnings. They've been extended. So I want to talk about a couple different things, current conditions out there right now. So we do still have
they say use only bottled water, and that is if you are still even able to be in the area impacted by the Eaton fire. That's a huge development in Pasadena. And in that same vein, a correction from Pacific Palisades. I'm not sure if you guys got that same alert saying use only boiled tap water or bottled water in the Palisades. They've issued a correction now saying that is not for the entirety of Santa Monica. That is for the zip code 90272
and the adjacent communities north of San Vicente. Another problem with water, again, that's a public safety alert correction from Notify LA. The zip code 90272 and north of San Vicente should use only boiled tap water or bottled water for drinking and cooking purposes.
Moving up. This tree fell down here. This might be from last night. Nobody giving up their battery packs right now. I don't know who sent that super chat. Thank you for that super chat.
Yeah, it's too much work switching back and forth. That it's not like I can just flip a switch. I've got to close down and then I'll reopen another screen, another monitor, and all that. So I'm going to slow down here for a minute. I'll try to keep an eye on 2 or 3 different channels. I'm going to try to do some work off to the side while this is going. I just wanted to really wanted to make it available for DP, so if he just wants to keep track of what's going on without having to flip all over the place, but hell, he's got probably his hands full. Just probably only has to walk outside to see what the fuck's going on. Let me get back to this.
But yeah, it's a chaotic scene. It looks like everyone is panicking to get out of their apartments. You go fresh water? I got water. Thank you. Sure. Yeah, I packed them. I'm going to the fire. Have you seen where the main part of the fire is?
Yeah, you're going that direction.
Yeah, okay. Where are you going? Back to your apartment?
No,
You're handing out water for people?
I have a distillery, and it's the only thing I could do.
Okay.
So I've been to that third fire today, and come walk around and fucking help.
That's nice of you.
It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
It's also heavy.
You gotta get rid of them. What are they? Tequila?
The water.
Oh, it's just water. Okay.
Shit. I don't think anybody is.
Yeah, I thought you were handing out tequila to calm the nerves. Vodka.
Yeah.
See you soon. So as John inches closer to this fire, Sandra Mitchell is on the road, on the move, trying to get to a location where we can connect with her. And once we do, we'll get her on the air. Gil Avis in Sky 5. Gil, this is a remarkable response from a depleted firefighting force, and the effectiveness they've had tonight, something to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Gil, are you with us?
That's
Oh,
good
sorry,
for
Mike.
you,
Sorry,
though,
I
right?
was listening to the assignment desk talking to me about something. But yeah, we're looking at the extent of the fire right now. It's actually a lot less smoke, a lot less flame. Let me come out to a wider shot to show you the extent of the burn scar there. You can see one of the helicopters flying through the screen right now. But they're really focusing their attention on that southwest corner over here by Waddles, the mansion there. A lot of heavy fire there, a lot of brush still on fire, a lot of the airships dropping there one after the other. But let me take you over here to the east side. This is a concern. I've been listening to this for a little bit.
Looks
now,
like it's
this is
settled
the
down a
18
little bit.
block of Fuller. They sent a full response team here for structure protection because there was a palm tree on fire here. We did notice it for a time, dropping a bunch of embers here. It caught the brush under this area here on fire. So fire crews made quick work of getting over there. In fact, you can see one of the firefighters still putting their water up there into that brush to knock down any flames in there. You can see some of those embers still coming off of that palm tree. But there's an apartment complex, a couple of them here off of Fuller. They were concerned that those structures could catch fire, and they ordered an evacuation of those buildings at this point. So far, no fire in those structures. That's good news. But you can see how far away the embers went to get into those palm trees. So that's a concern for the firefighters, keeping an eye on the area, not just the burn area here, but the extended areas around it. Definitely a concern for firefighters. As I come over here to Curson Avenue, you can see firefighters doing structure protection along Curson because of yet another palm tree that's dropping embers. Here's a look at it there. That's near the Waddles mansion as well. So you see those embers just raining down into this area, and that's a concern for firefighters for sure. And here comes another fire helicopter again to drop water on this fire. But it's starting to look a whole lot better, a lot less smoke at this point, and it looks like they're starting to get the upper hand on this fire.
It's nice to have a look at this, like not even just 2 hours later, and to see what a difference it makes for those water dropping helicopters to be involved in this firefight. I mean, I know that all of us wish that this could have been the case in the Palisades and in Eaton Canyon last night. It just wasn't in the cards for us because of the wind gusts that were going from 80 to 100 miles per hour. Is impossible to fly. But now that even though we're still dealing with some pretty high gusts in the high 20s.
Yeah, I don't know. DP could probably comment on that. I these where they're at, this area here, maybe up in the hills, Santa Maria area, stuff up in there, but not this. This is old Hollywood here. This is just mentioned the Waddle Mansion. They were around Runyon Canyon state. I don't know if that's state or federal. I think it's a state park. So yeah, that's old school. Ice and snow. Yeah. I'm watching that ice and snow really close. We just started the Chili Bowl, which is a big deal here. And we are last week, 100 miles north of us had a foot of snow. This week, it looks like 100 miles south of us going to have a foot of snow. So we're kind of sitting in a donut hole, just hoping that it stays. Down in Texas. I know it's going to come up here a little bit, but we get lucky and get out of it with and it's cold enough. It'll be a dry snow, so it'll blow. We shouldn't have to worry about it being like an ice storm type deal. I hope not, unless the temperature comes up. Let's hope not. It can do that. Right on that stupid corridor where it can be 20 degrees, 30 degrees difference in a 50-mile range. Anyway, all right. Looks like it's calmed back down. DP, thanks, buddy. Everything's looks like it's better. I'll be up. Holler if you need me. I'll if it fires back up again here in a little while, I'll come back up. But it looks like it's calming down, so I'll call it a night.